Area. We're looking at cutting these steps off and bringing it across flush where the wood is, correct? Correct? Or are we coming across to this level here?
Yeah, it's coming out to here, so you'll have to bring that front out.
Right, we're just gonna basically square it up, if I remember?
Yes.
And then cut these steps back.
Yeah, I think you're coming in at an angle. I think you're bringing that wall in.
We're bringing it in maybe a little shorter angle.
Yeah.
We'll do that and we'll be eliminating the wood wing walls, the steps, the wood wing walls on either side. Also going to be eliminating the risers, the choir risers. Underneath the carpet is plywood. Underneath the plywood are various sizes, 2 or 3 different sizes of 18 and 20 gauge metal studs. So first order of business basically on that part would be to remove the plywood decking from all that, pop a laser across those steel studs, and then level this out using sawzalls. Just nice even cuts, follow the mark. To get that all trimmed back and level, redeck, get some new flooring. We're looking at some rubberized kind of sound soakish kind of acoustical type flooring for this or whatever we can make work. Back wall, all the oak strips come off. The cathedral is basically slick it up. And we're going to go back with the furred out and go back with just gyp wallboard sheetrock all the way across, tie into the existing there, and just make that just 2 flat walls in that area. The same thing on the front, just make that flat walls. Well, while we're at okay, so we'll scrape the acoustic spray texture off the ceiling in there. We're paint it black, kind of mute it in. That was a good idea. Was that my idea? Maybe. If it was good. If anybody's, it was good. All right. To make this kind of look more up to date, the speakers on there, of course, speakers, you like where they're at, so they're staying. But we've got to get away from that oak look. So the idea is to make it look more monolithic in that we'll use trim and we'll replace that fabric with some black fabric that looks really nice and updated. Only we'll carry that trim and just do like, it'll be fake, but it'll look more continuous and like I said, monolithic. We'll just take that band and just do that band all the way around and turn it back to the back walls with some brushed chrome kind of trim, something kind of contemporary that we can get for little or nothing. I know we get it. So that way it'll be, I think it'll look good. Great, and give it a lot better look if we can trim that out with something contemporary and then match that, like Ryan says, all the horizontal or vertical surface, flat surface walls be the same. This will be the same color as the walls and all that. So it'll look real good. Thinking we decided kind of a light tannish color.
The back wall will be a light tan.
Yeah, which is also good because it'll probably be, I think, maybe a good paint colored projectile. I think I'll know more about that next week. Okay. Lets you create any environment you want to in a worship service, which I think is really cool. We thought about doing maybe some stuff to the baptistry, but I think we're just probably going to just paint it. Is that right?
Right.
And just leave it across as is and all that. Y'all still like the
oak? LEDs that we can turn it on or turn it off with the lights.
And the LEDs will be so cool. And the LEDs will work well and let us, on these spaces that are blank during the services that, in between times when you're not showing an image or whatever, that'll make a neat looking palette for the colors and reflect and it'll really look sharp, I think. The front wall, we were talking about maybe some good plasma cut steel signage, kind of like you see in contemporary buildings. Not necessarily, don't want to take it and make it look like a Starbucks church completely, but just add some updated contemporary elements, like on the front band. You remember at Blue Mountain, we were up there, that sign they did on the front was kind of raised off and had that stencil cut. That's what I'm talking about. I think that would look cool on the front of this.
Just our Broadview Cross logo.
The new Broadview Cross logo in that backlit. I think it would look just awesome. And then maybe another steel band on either side, separate from that one, raised off of there with whatever, Broadview Church or whatever we want to be determined kind of thing. But I think that'll give it a real neat, updated look. No sharp edges, no kids will be able to lacerate themselves.
As far as building it out, though, the front face is gonna be sheetrock and then something on top of that.
Yeah, another substrate or whatever on that.
Right.
Or sheetrock would work if it were just painted, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and trimmed out. Maybe continue with that trim, like we did
Metal trim?
on top, like a brush trim, something like that. Not much, just like a 3-inch band, nothing big, nothing real chunky.
I think since we are multi-generational, I think that probably the sheetrock with the trim is probably the best.
It's a good way to go, you know, and you can make it look like whatever you want, just the paint will look good,
Yeah.
you know, and then it's just a background for the signage anyway,
Yeah.
which will really look sharp.
Yeah.
But the priority is to get the stage flat and rebuilt as soon as possible so we can,
Yeah, and get that demoed off the front. So, you know, the first couple of days, really just gonna be cutting these down and then redecking and then getting all those wood oak strips off of there, furring that out, and then new gyp on that. I think when we cut those on that back wall, get the rockets off of there, we'll just see what it looks like. If we need new gyp, it won't be any big deal to do it. If we don't, we won't. It could be that they just skimmed. We'll let our buddy Mike Freeman tell us that. So,
How long is it gonna take us to level that out, get this cut off like you're gonna need to be?
depends on,
Can we get that done if I got a crew here? You figure, can we have it done in 3 days?
I don't know why not. You know, it might be one of those days, might be a long one, but,
And when we come in and do this, do we follow that line all the way around?
peeling back,
How do you want to do this?
yeah, we'll strip that veneer off of there because underneath it is steel stud framing that we can use. So we'll
to
just peel
remount
that and all
sheetrock.
that old veneer stuff off of there and just cut the steel back.
So totally just dismantle all this wood off,
Yes.
keep it, and
So
then
if
come back and
anybody
cut your steel stuff.
wants it, I mean, it's salvageable stuff and it's good oak. It's red
Same
oak.
thing with the middle one, try and sell, just dismantle everything, don't just
Yes.
go cutting it.
Yeah, I wouldn't do a hack job on it. I mean, it's ridiculously easy. You know, once you get a corner loose, you're done. I mean,
Right.
there's-
Yeah, what I'm gonna try and do is get 2 or 3 guys and try and make 3 teams. And one team can get here, one team can get there, the team can start there, we'll knock that out. Whatever team gets done first, we'll stick one in there and just try and, matter of fact, it wouldn't hurt to have 4 teams probably. And just break it out into sections, one here, one on the riser, and one in the closet. Because one in the closet doesn't have to be as, that's just dismantling the steps.
Yeah.
Pretty simple, so it wouldn't be somebody as technical.
And,
I think what we talked about was just
We're gonna put a railing up against the wall there.
yeah, we'll need a handrail, but I think lawman would be best to keep it kind of, you know, keep it as inconspicuous as possible.
Right.
So I don't think we need to do anything much but just match that tread profile over there, the same number of steps and treads on this side. All do it just, you know, maybe 32 inches or so wide, kind of thing.
yeah.
I think that'll be plenty
Okay.
wide enough and keep it.
Pretty low profile.
Yeah.